Hello fellow record fiends, Uncle Roddus again with another video. Just a quick look at this. Has arrived in the last week or so. It's the VPI 16.5 record cleaning machine, as you can see. So this is one of these ones with the vacuum tube on it. And yes, rather expensive piece of equipment, but it is doing a pretty cool job on cleaning up, especially some of my partner's grubby old records, because she's not particularly good at looking after hers. Anyway, so that arrived this week, and there's been a lot of cleaning going on and spinning, so it's been pretty cool. But anyway, enough of that. I'll just get this set up here. So it's been a couple of weeks, 3 weeks I think, since my last video, and I've been pretty busy receiving lots of records, so we'll get straight into it. So there's been a few from the shops and a few from Discogs and all that sort of stuff. So first of all, via Discogs, this one here, Mr. Igor Vakovich, our French composer from the early 70s. This was his very first release, Logos. This here is a little bit more droney than his second album, Dr. Faust, which I really enjoy, but it's still pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'd shown this one here, but this is a reissue. The Polite Force by the progressive rock band Egg. This is a fantastic record. I really love this album. This is really cool. Unfortunately, they haven't reissued their other two albums just yet, so I haven't been able to find them, but I got this for a reasonably good price. I think I got it for under 30 bucks. So highly recommended. Progressive rock. Got this through Fish Pond, which is a New Zealand mail order site. Also via Discogs, this one here is another French artist. So Red Noise, must be a self-titled album. No, it's not actually. It's called Seychelles Lockheers. That's a gatefold. This is a reissue from 2014. This was originally released in 1970. This is pretty bizarre French music, as you'd expect from these French. They do some pretty strange stuff. But the second track, the track on side 2 is a 20-minute long freak out jam, jazzy, it's free jazz rock combination. I really like it. It's pretty cool. Let's see, what do we got? Just get back to those ones. Some more Discogs. Now this was interesting. I ordered a couple of girl school albums. So this one here, I ordered this one, which is actually one I haven't... No, I have heard this album, but I also ordered an album of theirs called Demolition, and instead they sent me this one, which is Hit and Run, which I already have. So I emailed him back and said, you've sent me the wrong album, and he has kindly offered to send me the right one, but I do kind of like this. This is a nice bright red one that he sent me. So hopefully I'll get to keep this, unless he's willing to pay for me to send it back, because I ain't paying like the 25 bucks to send it back, because the album only cost me about 15. So we'll see what happens there, but unfortunately, yeah, we're waiting on that. But that's some new wave of heavy metal from England in the 1980s. This one here is another one that's just arrived. It's a various artists compilation. Voltage 79 is a bunch of bands from Brighton area in England around about 1979 actually, that's what it means. There's actually 2 more volumes. I think there's a Voltage 78 and a Voltage 80. The Vandals, the Chiefs, the Chefs, the Lillettes, Woody and the Splinters. I mean, none of these bands I've ever heard of. It's good post-punk. It's very well recorded actually. It's very good quality. I like it. Someone flashed this around on the YouTube, one of the Facebook sites that I peruse, and I actually was familiar with it, but I'd never heard it. So this is a reissue, triple album, gatefold, as you can see. I'm not sure you can see all of that. Amphetamine Reptile Records. So what happened was, this is a whole bunch of singles were released, volumes 1 to 11 between 1988 and 1998, and they had a couple of bands on each issue. And this is the compilation of all of the 11 volumes now on 3 albums. It's also coloured vinyl. There's a white, a red and a black piece of vinyl for each one. This starts off pretty much sort of pre-grunge, pretty much in 1988. I mean, there are some grungy guys here. There's actually, if I think Tad's on here, and there's a Mudhoney track on here somewhere as well. I'm sure, yeah, there it is, Mudhoney on side B at 24. Lubricated Goats, The Mighty Caesars, Helmet, yeah, I'm familiar, Jonestown, Jesus Lizard, Unsane, Melvins. So yeah, they're sort of, there's even a Belter Space track here on disc 4, disc 3, side 6. So yeah, that's a New Zealand band. So it's pretty grungy, alt rock sort of stuff. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, and pretty cool title. So pleased to have that. Went down to my local emporium recently and was lucky enough to come across some original Blue Notes, although from later period. This is Thad Jones and Mel Lewis, Consummation. So this is from 1970 on Blue Note Records, Gatefold. It's a big band session. It's actually quite cool though, I like it. And yeah, there's quite a few people involved in this. Sounds pretty good, pretty good. And then another one that was there, which I couldn't say no to, is another Blue Note classic. This is not a Blue Note classic, a Blue Note Jazz Classic Series, which was, I think, some series of albums they were releasing in the later 70s. Now I think this is from 1978. So Jackie McLean, Hypnosis. Again, it's a nice gatefold. Vinyl's in pretty good nick. Given it a clean on the new machine. The album was recorded, or the sessions were recorded in 1962 and 1967. So there's two different sessions here. Jackie McLean, Kenny Durham, Sonny Clark. I like Sonny Clark, he's really cool. Butch Warren and Billy Higgins in the first session from 1962, and then Jackie and Graham Moncoeur, Lamont Johnson, Scotty Holt and Billy Higgins again on drums from the 1967 session. Yeah, good album that, good album. And then talking of Blue Note, I've had a few more of the new reissues come in, and first one, Clifford Brown Memorial Album, which is actually a compilation, I think, of two different sort of EPs that came out, let's see, 1953, August 1953, the first one was recorded, and the second one was June 53. Did a wee bit of research, and I'm pretty sure that this came out as two separate releases originally, so they've kind of combined it into one. I'm not sure whether they did that at an earlier stage, but, and then also this one here, Anthony Williams Spring, another Blue Note from 1965. This is a really good album. I like this. This is really impressive. Wayne Shorter, Herbie Hancock, Gary Peacock on bass, Anthony Williams drums, Sam Rivers tenor sax. Anthony Williams, yes, very good album. And the last of the Blue Notes that has arrived this week is our man Freddie Hubbard, Ready for Freddie, another great album, another Blue Note from, actually I don't know the date on this one. They don't always tell us the dates of the recordings on these reissues, which is a bit of a bugger actually. But yeah, that's cool, so I like that. Now, some interesting thing happened. My partner's working at a clothing shop at the moment, and they get all their clothes from these bins that people put them into, and they're occasionally get a lot of records dumped in their bins, and they don't know what to do with them, so they've been kind of biffing them away. They can't really sell them in their shops, and probably most of them aren't worth much anyway. So they chucked a couple, the last lot that came in, they actually chucked them in my direction just to have a look, and said I could have them if I want them. And I wasn't expecting too much, to be honest, but I'm quite surprised what I did get. So yeah, this one here is George Benson, 1976. Yeah, it's very commercial, but it's a really good album, and he's a great player. I'm going to get through these quickly because I'll run out of time. This one here was actually sealed, can you believe? And it is, as you can see, Alvin Bishop, Duke Joint Jumps, 1975. So it had never been opened, never been played before. The record did have some staining on it. Actually, I haven't cleaned it yet. It did have some staining on it from the inner sleeves, but it's pretty cool. This one here, these are the ones that I'm deciding to actually keep hold of. The rest of them weren't worth even mentioning, although the missus kept a couple for herself, the Olivia Newton-John, I think. So I never heard of this guy, Gato Barbary Tropico. This is sort of a jazzy, tropical jazz mix. It's fairly easy listening, but it's actually quite nice. It's actually reasonably well rated. Then this was all quite very interesting. I've never seen this before. So Tom Paul Glasser, out in his Outlaw Band. So this is obviously country music. I mean, it looks country. So I did some research, had a look at it. It's actually quite highly rated album. He was a producer, I think, did a lot of producing. You know, 20, 30 years ago I would have run a mile from this sort of music. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I've been exposed to country through people like Ryan Adams and Neil Young and Graham Parsons. And, you know, I'm a little bit more open to it. So basically the next lot are all along a similar, almost all of them. These are all in actually quite good condition. It's quite surprising. So Jesse Winchester, A Touch on the Rainy Side from 19... Where is he? I don't know. It's early 70s. Again, quite a highly rated singer, and a few people commented on Facebook about that. I haven't had a decent listen to that one yet. This one here I quite like, and also a little bit unusual. Don Nix. Again, more country music. Never heard of the bloke, but yeah, interesting. I don't think he did a lot of stuff. This one's actually gatefold. Again, these are in really good, fairly good condition. I haven't actually cleaned these ones yet, but I have played them. Then this one's a little bit different. This is a soundtrack, An Unmarried Woman, from a movie around about 1980, I think it was, or 78. And this is now where is it? Bill Conti is the composer. So this is actually quite jazzy in places. Some of it's pretty yuck, but it's actually worth holding on to. I've never seen the movie. Yeah, he was the guy that did the Rocky soundtracks, so he made his fame. This has come some sort of soul disco stuff. Let's see, is it The Best of My Love? There's a song on side one which I knew reasonably well, I guess, from the old days on the radio. The band is Emotions, and the album's called Rejoice. It's pretty tacky, but I actually don't mind it, to be honest. So, you know, sue me. And the last one, this one here was quite a score. Peter, Paul and Mary, something like their third or fourth record, A Song Will Rise from 1965. On Columbia Records. This is an original New Zealand press, and the vinyl's in pretty good shape, and sonically, I mean, audiophile recording, this is really good. This is I mean, it just stands out on the system behind me, so yeah, I'm most impressed with that. So yeah, that was a pretty quick run through a pretty big haul, but that's what I've got for now. So anyway, that's me, and we will see you again next time.